bro. So it's our weekend episode, though.
Yes.
I like that song.
The only podcast that have you contemplating life choices while hearing voices? Hee-haw.
Sorry, I talk to you too, Lee, but you know.
I am Toolman, always. Again, every single time, you know. Anyway, right.
Like Jappy, do you think
I
like
am Toolman, always alongside me. What is it called, man?
Pum Pum Prophet?
Yeah, the Pum Prophet here with the Court Lord. The Court Lord. Mr. Bazie, and we're here another week, another day.
Another day in paradise.
Yes, this weekend was dog shit.
Serious?
I went out with the lamest skills I've ever met in my life. Lame, ever.
Dog, you must stop going out with that bag of grenades, but you want to just blow up. Or?
And you know what's the worst part? It was the week of the Avenue where all the sweetest girls I've ever seen in my life was on the Avenue.
Since when you water
So,
the avenue.
no, so I just did like, Lord, please, what did I do to deserve this hell? I was begging, I asked the bartender to please give me a shot of Gramazone, but like they don't serve it at the bar, so I just had to take that one. I'm
No,
still
but
here.
That one is a DIY. Do
Oh,
it,
yeah.
do it yourself.
You see, you hear this lovely voice. It sounds kind of deep and verbose. I'm seeing baristas. Yes, she is Spanish. I met her in a Venezuelan bar, but she speaks English apparently. And he is a runway model apparently. Runway?
No, just Phil.
Just Phil.
Yeah.
Dr. Phil.
Phil.
Just
It's,
really.
it's just Phil, guys. Just Phil.
Okay, so we have Phil and Vicky. Vicky
Hi,
Licky.
guys.
Vicky
Say that
Licky.
again, Vicky, say that again.
Hi, guys.
Alright, nice.
She didn't say
Talk like that
anything.
for the rest of the episode.
No,
you
so,
ready?
Hi,
yeah, well,
guys.
we actually met her on.
You have two names?
We actually met her on this website. I met her on that website.
Vicky.
I just
Who's Vicky?
And
I'm Vicky.
All right.
Technically, my mom named me Shannon, but I prefer to go by Vicky. It
Okay.
expresses me more.
All right.
Yes, yes.
okay, so
yes,
yeah, that's
yes,
not
right.
right now. She trying to give me it, and I trying to get people. So as I brought her on the show, I didn't really want to get my business out there, but she want to be famous, and I want to have a light-skinned baby mother. So let's go.
Baby
All
mother
the
number one.
ladies stay away from my baby daddy.
Oh, this is the first time a female come on the show and confirm it, because people just be like, nah, the dog capping thing, all the moment.
Hey,
All you hear for yourself, baby.
I met her. So yes, let's tell the story how we met first.
You tell them that.
Okay, so I was in a place of ill repute. Some place of like ill repute. And then she was like, what nice fella like you doing here? And I was like, hold on, what are you doing? So then 3 guest hours later, here we are. And
You forget to tell them I fall in love with your teeth.
and yeah, she fell in love with the smile. And like, after part 3 now, she was like, we don't have to use the shield. And I mean that by the contraceptive. So now we just go in raw dog and
I could be pregnant or no.
yeah. And I think I'm
Speaking of raw dog, don't forget, raw dog TT is a real thing.
Raw Dog TT is a brand of dog food. Do you have dogs?
You have dogs.
Not yet.
So if
My friend actually breeds poodles, little poodles, Malipoots, Maltipoots.
Malipoots?
Yeah. I'm going to get one of those shortly.
Okay, good.
all right, cool. So got you for that. Good. So yeah, sorry to interject
Right,
into
so-
the personal romance,
All right, so that's basically what happened, Phil. And then 2 sexcapades later, she might be pregnant, and I have to bring her on the show now because she gonna give me for half if I don't. And
That's crazy.
Half alone.
Sounds exciting.
I ain't that rich, bitch. But I mean, we enjoy each other's company. She talks to me about the thing called TikTok. I don't know what that is because I'm old.
Yeah,
And
why?
I talked to her
Don't know
about
about
books
TikTok.
and stuff, and she's like, she doesn't know what that
Don't
is.
want to hear.
Yeah, and but you've seen her. Got to look down, and the top of her head is gorgeous.
crazy.
And the only angle you can see the top of a girl head is you do the math. Anyway. Let me see if we can take this again. I'm crazy.
God.
Introduce yourself, my brother. Good evening. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Happy to be here. Philip Williams.
Right.
Short Phil.
All right, cool.
What you want to know?
Well, we know the capacity you come today, right?
Yes.
Pause. So, yeah, I just say first.
You catch it before me. You catch it before me.
Don't let anybody catch it. Yeah, right. So you hear number 1 finance man in Trinidad and Tobago, big money.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
That's good, mama guy.
Every time I go on the
Put in the
airways,
atmosphere.
every time I go on the airways,
One day.
I would see Phil in some kind of video that I would get some kind of knowledge about finance I never really had before, And it's high time the African Trinidadian, it's called Afro-Trinidadian community start to, and think about how the finances actually run and whatnot. So there's a good segue for you to reach out to the people who don't usually think about money now. The ones who's possessing the most.
So you follow Fill the Gap?
Of course.
All right.
Of course.
Well, I'll tell you what. So I work for an investment company. I like that job, right? I love my job. But what's most exciting about Fill the Gap? So Fill the Gap is really, it's a play on words. And the gap that's being filled is financial literacy. Yeah. A lot of times so the conversation about money sometimes could be daunting. People don't like to talk about it. And sometimes you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And so Fill the Gap is really, it started to help people make smart decisions with their money. That's really what Fill the Gap was about. So I have a day job, and Fill the Gap is also, it's not a hustle. It's something I take very seriously. So I do, that's what you would see. You'd see me on a social media platform talking about money, things on the economy, but I try to make it digestible, palatable, something that you could see yourself as an, okay, that could be me. Maybe that could, maybe I could do that.
Yeah, definitely, because I have seen a lot of Trinidadians put themselves in real problems by trying to acquire money that doesn't exist through some financial institution or the other.
Okay.
My thing is, you're going to borrow money that you've never seen in your life. Just the idea, $100,000 to an average person, to pay that back, they might not be able to do it properly, and the channels by which is actually be able to get that kind of ability to deal with credit in a way that is actually making sense. I think it's real far from the ears and the eyes of the average Trinidadian now.
So the thing with the, I will never knock the banks. The thing with the banks, so their raw material, they sell loans.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They sell loans. You want a car, you want a house, you want to start a business, whatever you want to do. You want to play mass, whatever you want to take a loan for it. Have good debt is have bad debt. Your role is to really understand how that fits into your life. And if you could afford it, the bank role is to sell loans, so they will profit. That's what, so as I say, I wouldn't knock the banks. Sometimes you might hear people say, well, they're charging you for the services at the ATM, they're charging you for X by Y by Z, but it costs to deliver a service. The important thing is for you to understand where you are at, what you want, and how this fits into the grand scheme. If you borrowing $100,000, what are you borrowing $100,000 to do? Right? What is if it's something benefiting you down the road, or maybe that's just near 100,000. Well, actually, yeah. If you buy a car that you can't afford, so a car might cost your dream car or something you want, it might be 200,000. What the maths people really run is, when you buy the car, you had to buy tires, you had to pay insurance every year, it's gas, maintenance, so you're not adding up that over 5 years. So a car that could cost you 250,000, when you add up that over 5 years, it's $500,000.
Jeez.
Would I take $500,000 and put it in a house? Or would I take $500,000 and, because over the 5 years, that's what you're going to pay. And guess what's going to happen after that? You're going to sell the car and go into debt again.
Depreciation, yeah.
Right? So I tell people on here, we're going to use my truck outside. I have that truck since 2007, in 2024.
Right.
Keep it good. And it's not because I can't afford another truck. It's just the truck works well for me. And now, you see, finance, that's a personal thing. I wouldn't tell anybody to do that. I wouldn't tell if you could afford a new truck, a new car, or what, if you could afford it, go for it. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Right? That's a personal decision. But me, it just at the time it made sense to me. When 5 years had passed, it was working good. I was like, well, maybe this money I'm paying to this financial institution, I could take it, stack it, and do something else. And that's what I did. I did that from, this was 2024. The truck is almost, you do the math.
Yeah, that's
right.
15 years.
About 17 years. Yeah, I had the truck, yeah.
And keep it clean. I'll get that. Because you see the shitty car that parked behind your car. That was my car.
Well, I didn't see anything back behind my car.
Oh, yeah. You arrived after.
Yeah.
I'm going to call you. Well, anyway. Miss Linda, decide there. Stop side talking, man. I want to get distracted, man. Anyway, what my question was, considering how the economy does work, right? If everybody gets financially literate, like everybody understands what to do with their money, that wouldn't like mess with the bottom line.
No, it wouldn't. But
Because-
if you have a educated citizenry, you have citizens that educated, that's gonna not stop people from taking loans. You'll still take loans. The economy will still change. People still have to spend. You have to do things. It's just you're gonna make smarter decisions. Actually, you might find people saving more, investing more. So when those things happen, overall it's good for the economy. Also, I'll give you an example. If you have a financially educated like citizens, they might say, well, okay, I want to invest in the stock market. Now the myth is that the stock market is for rich people, it's for people who have a finance degree, and it's not. That's far from true. Anybody can invest in stocks. But people, the average person, I think, one, they're intimidated by it, two, they don't think they have enough. And everybody want to get rich quickly. So they might have something that out there that you're going to double and triple your money and thing. When you hear them thing, if it's too good to be true, like,
okay,
so I'm not going to name, I ain't going to, I'm sure you hear, yeah. Huh?
Those land things too? Like, there's always be like, hey, we have land. It's better.
Well, right, but so usually with those things, anybody comes to you to tell you, well, watch me, your money could double in months or weeks. Assets don't work like that. Like something has to drive returns, right? Something has to drive a return. So supernormal returns, that is
not 200%.
That is someone playing on someone's emotions, right? So it don't even mean, somebody say, boy, you real stupid, you get up, but it's not. It is somebody that is very crafty, that is playing on your emotions. And this happening since, watch my Ponzi, you could do research
well,
Ponzi.
I know Ponzi's
Right,
my
guy. Right, you're a guy. Shouldn't be a guy. But
Ponzi's my guy.
Right. But usually that's what it is. It's always something that you don't know about, but you just know money coming from somewhere.
Once you
So
hear
if it
get
sounds-
rich quick, you're gonna
If it sounds too good to be true,
once you hear get rich quick, we're gonna do it one time, yeah.
So
you're going to do it
No,
one
because
time.
it's really true what you say. It come like if you're playing with people's emotions. Because if I'm not accustomed to seeing plenty money and somebody come and tell me, hey, I do this because it's have one or two days get through, because remember you have to sell the dream. So you will make sure the first people who start get through. So they can afford to tell you, hey, I get through. I get catch like that, boy. My grocery money for Christmas, boy. I'll never forget that. You dig?
But that's what
And
it is.
people doesn't care, be serious.
That real
And then there's
fucked up,
act
man.
like they can't do nothing. And then there's go on the media and the internet and live the good life. And live with your money and you can't do nothing about it.
It's a gamble. But somebody gonna feel it. So she's right. Vicky's right. Somebody in the beginning had
Phil, my guy. Yeah,
somebody had a- somebody gonna
that
feel
somebody
what?
could feel what they're talking about.
Well, feel the pain.
Phil, my guy. Phil.
The pain. The pain and heartache of losing your hard-earned money.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, good catch. Yeah, somebody.
That grimace on his face.
I'm going for a second there, Phil. All right.
No. But that's what it is.
Yeah.
And it will happen. It will continue to happen. It's always happen.
Because
Happening today.
when it had the blessing thing, like the triangle into the circle,
So the DSS.
that wasn't the SS. It was
Flowers.
flowers. That flower thing. I was explaining to that guy, and he was so convinced. I said, "Bro, drug money doesn't have that kind of return. You won't get 500% in 2 months." And he said, "No, it can't get back." Well, needless to say,
It's alleged that drug money do have that kind of returns. You wouldn't know that, right?
drug money don't have that kind of return. 15 years pass. Drug money does not have that kind of return. Again,
Yes.
you're getting back 40%. You're buying out. Anyway, don't want to go into the long legal affairs of my
That is
15-year-old
preaching,
life,
man.
but
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. I don't. Hey, that's what I don't want my back for. Come, massage my hand. Okay, thanks.
Sweet love, boy.
Get us now.
Maybe
Chemistry,
if you're
chemistry.
watching, don't take it serious.
Chemistry.
Wait, hold up, just now. That's not, hold up.
You know what she was there? In front of
Here now. Dog.
you took time on me.
I was now experiencing all your years, like certain people for certain things. I just want you to make a baby because your teeth nice and your hair good. And he's a real nice person.
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
Because I don't say that about myself 45% of the time.
So we good?
No.
Those
I
are
was
very nice
traumatized, man.
compliments so that she
No, but she suave with the
No,
words
it's
too,
like,
man.
you're not going to have a child out there with our next man, like,
But you and him can meet and will be a very nice co-parenting situation because when
A
you
trouble?
when you get your girlfriend or your lady
I
and
can
you,
get-
you
I
don't
can
want
get
me
it
to
all
torture
together.
your life.
I can get it all together.
No.
Okay. You gotta try. Sometimes you gotta try.
That does ever work with like poor people and thing, boy. Like a poor fella just get 2 years to just live with him.
No,
It does work.
she wouldn't be living with me. She'll be living with
You know a man who
Yeah.
poor, right?
Talk to him.
He could be
We start
poor
to go back
now.
and forth with questions. Good
And
stuff.
he gonna get a girl that he really, really like. You know, as poor as he is, he gonna do what he has to do to make sure that girl happy.
You see,
So you-
the thing about it is,
Normally, yeah.
you see, when a man do what he had to do and make sure this girl happy and whatnot,
Who hurt you before you start?
Are you content living off of my CPAP salary? By the way?
Of course, you just give me all of it.
Whoa!
So the
Don't lie, so that
making
man.
up my dog. Stop making up my dog, like,
I'm
you know.
interested to know when you say he had to do, you mean like spend all his money.
we
No,
want to know,
like-
we want to know.
Okay. Let me
Or
see.
like
Let me see
what
how
that
to
what
put
that
this
mean?
in.
You had to put that
Alright.
in, yeah. Frame that for me.
Anybody who just follow me on the media and thing will know how I just think or how I just talk and the things I just say and whatever, right? And they just say I bash man and this and that and whatever,
It's bitch. Anyway.
right? I talk about women too, but majority of the time, plenty women just be unaware and they just be afraid to speak. They be afraid to say how they feel or to say what they're going through. They prefer to just act like if everything is okay. Sometimes I know, well, I'm going to tell him a business, you know, Lord Jesus. I know in a relationship,
You want the country to know?
it's fine, I don't care.
All right, good.
I know in a relationship, right? After a while,
Yeah.
right? And before this person that I was with there, I was rocking by myself. What?
You're ready to press that button.
No, just give her the benefit of the doubt.
You're ready to press that button now.
She's a woman's activist.
Right? No,
Yeah.
I'm just me, right?
All right, cool.
Because that's how I end up being on social media, right? I never went on social media looking for nobody to follow me or like me or repost me or anything like that. I just
Expressing
always
yourself.
have a problem when it comes to people.
Men.
No, yes, that too. But friends and females, and not everybody could take the truth. Not everybody could hear you tell them, hey, that hairstyle not looking good.
So
Hey,
this was the finalist
this,
of your
that.
friends? These are the two last?
No, that is
No,
my
a group.
circle. I have a circle of friends. Over the years, I've had a lot of people that I use the term loosely and say, I'm a friend, I'm a friend, I'm a friend. So now that I'm going to be 30 and you watch back how much of your life you throw away,
Oh, God.
studying friend and this and that, and you know what I mean? So coming down to the small circle of people that I dislike with and thing, I does not to worry about nothing because we keep it at 1,000 all the time. If it is she have a problem, she gonna tell me no. We might fall out 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then yeah, we seen come and check my like take a smoke thing. Normal. You
How are
understand?
the hands in the team, though? That's all I want to know.
Who's the
I'm trying to
brother?
figure out
Who's the brother?
Who's the brother?
She not here.
Wait, thank
Oh,
God.
is she built like a fridge or?
Am I sure she?
Yes, please.
You can't like she, yeah?
Why?
I'll get her with you.
You have a man.
So I told you what we to make a baby.
Stop
that's
trying to
true.
make up my dog to be
So there's
honest,
my
and-
best friend.
Are those real? But anyway, continue.
Yeah, she look like she's fight.
No, she don't fight anymore.
Well,
She have the hands? She look like she have the
Yeah.
mouth. But anyway,
Yeah, she here, yeah. Go ahead.
if you are
So
trying.
anyways, right, listen. So based on bad experiences, right, because as a woman doesn't naturally go into something from the beginning saying, I just want money, I just want this, and you have to do this, and you have to do that. You just meet people from the start because obviously I had to be with people from young to big, to learn, to this, to that, right? So all right then. You will meet somebody, you will like them, they might not really have nothing, right?
I don't know financially.
Right.
Okay.
But let me start from as a teenager, right? When you was smaller, younger, you live in home, right? Daddy, mommy, making sure you have clothes, you have a roof over your head, because you may be going to school, you may be now finished school, you get a little job, whatever the case is, right? So, all right then. You're home, your parents taking care of you and thing. A man see you, he like you. Majority of the time,
Is a big man or?
no, of
or like a
course,
fella
we
you
just talking,
asking,
right? In
asking?
general. It could be a big man, it could be
You
a
get a
lady,
boyfriend.
You get a boyfriend, right? If it is you're going to school and you get a boyfriend, he going to school them time, and it's just, gosh, we'll meet up after school,
There's
we'll go
only
in the
so much.
movies, thing. But from the time you reach 18 years and you have to move out into the world, right? All right then, if you're not going to be going to school and continuing your education, you'll get a job. Some people might go and do a course. They might be making their own money, right? All right then. I just do nails, right? I just do promotions. I just work by a bar called Zooks in El Securo, Bonji Road, right?
That's
Big
what
up
you
yourself,
love.
Zook.
That's where
Right?
I'm at the
So I just look fit. I hustle. I not rich, right? But if it is a man coming to approach me and he like me and he so want me, what it is you really want me for, or what it is you really want from me.
Your eyes, your
Right?
teeth, and your vagina.
All right then. You see, you know, right? But I don't live in home. Mommy not paying my rent. Mommy not paying my lights. Mommy not paying my internet. Where you want to come and pour on your phone to talk to your girls and them when you're lying down in the night. Mommy not there to cook.
Hold on, get ready.
Wash. Do none of them things. Right? So, all right then. I'm not saying that it, but all you can't get vexed with a woman when she thinking that a man's supposed to provide, because it's have men I show about. There's just call people, yeah, I could get this, I could get that, and they just give it because they have it to give.
Right.
Right? So if it is the
When you
first,
say that, you say you can call people or just
Well, no,
women.
you
that's
talk about it have men. It have men who call girls
it has
for that
had
stuff.
people in the past. It's things
Yeah.
that I went through. And I'm
Offer.
saying, right now the place hard.
Serious.
You ain't getting through so easy.
Hey, recession.
You have to do some kind of
Recession,
something.
girl.
You
Finance man,
understand?
you gotta get
I'm
finance.
tell you, I need to be friends with Dr. Phil. Because
Child with me,
I
friends with
am
him.
not,
You have your boyfriend.
no, for real, I'm not a good saver.
Ah.
Right?
Well,
honestly.
this is why.
So I think I just followed your page and I really, I'm not afraid to say that I need help sometimes. And I probably need to check.
Where these?
Okay. Tell them.
Just give me 1 second. Let's lift our shirt up a little.
Wait a minute.
A little bit more. I just want to see your belly.
What the hell is this? Tell them if they go in, they can go in the balcony. Nah, you can go.
No, it's you don't
Put on the
know.
balcony.
It's a double-decker place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because
like
of
I
the
get
fact that the hurts that I've taken in life, I wasn't always mean. I wasn't always studying money and not studying like or love or. I just say, all right, you like me, you love me. I don't have time for all of that.
Oh, so okay, so legitimately, would it have somebody that a man has to, on some level, with you, has to be able to provide with you, but you still have
He
other
have to
guys,
be able-
or no?
No. Like right now, this person I with him alone. But I just choose not to make it public to the media and those kinds of things, because people always quick to scrutinize and judge and
Right.
bring up this and bring up that and whatever. And me and he decide between each other to get to know each other for ourselves. So hence the reason why we together now and nobody didn't know, nobody don't know, that ain't nobody business. But he just do what he had to do.
Right.
I'm not saying that he minding me because I working. I just handle my scene. But I don't call and say, yeah, I need to get a wig. I need to get Jordans. No, I don't do them thing. You understand? I just keep it at 1,000. It's either you could or you cannot.
It's
You
not-
understand?
it's not come, gimme,
I
girl,
have
in
rent.
the sense of-
No, I said gimme, girl. I want it.
You're
I
confused
want the
now.
money.
Well,
I want the
she
money.
not-
You
because
can
she
press
not
the button
asking
if you
Because I
want.
want
Right?
to know.
All right, listen.
Okay, let's not much press it.
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
Oh my God! Listen,
Just
right?
give us the devil
Listen,
on
listen. All right. How to say it? I was back to what I was saying, right? So, all right, you move out now. You're with this man. All right, you're going to live with a man. Just saying, because these are things were going on.
Right.
Because based on the videos I make, of my experiences and my opinions and things, people all over Trinidad just message me, just call me. People I don't even know.
What
to
message
tell
you-
me their
message you?
business.
Oh,
To
gosh.
ask me what I think about this and what I think about that and them kind of things.
Just off of the TikTok.
Or for the ticket, the toss.
That is how I end up. Listen, I never get up in the morning and say I go in and I find TikTok when people was doing dances and thing.
was
Yeah.
nice.
And I was not a dancer, right? So I just start to sit down in my room and thing, and when things go on in my life or when I just sitting down, I just making videos and talking to myself, saying, well, you know, thing, and this how I feel, or this, whatever. And then I see, bam, people start to make it over because them time in it wasn't saving. They used to like meme it over.
Oh,
and
use
them
your
kind of
voice.
thing, right?
Yeah.
So when I see how much people really using over my things and using it for moods and people calling me, hey, I see this one post here, I see that one post here, thing. People meeting me and saying, you're making them girls and them wise, this and that, da, 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 da. Because it's the truth.
Yeah.
I just say how I feel, and I pretending and not acting. I am how I am. And it have plenty people who's be going through similar situations, but them don't have the voice that I have. Them not brave. They don't know how to stand up for themselves. You know, but people every day just use my videos on the status to say how they feel or to express something to somebody. People I don't know. You know, much of my real good friends I meet off of social media.
Makes sense.
People who don't know me from anywhere. And them is the people who show me the most love and don't make me feel like if I have to be afraid to be myself. Hence where Vicky came from. Because...
Lucky Vicky.
Okay, Shannon is my name, right?
Yeah, because I just back I said...
That's the name my mom gave me, right? But over the time of being on social media, it come like if I create a whole... Not really created, it was there all the time. But social media made me be able to express it in a way where I can make a video in my room and nobody not there. I don't care what nobody say, and then bam, you just go and see it everywhere. And sometimes I just die down. I just be cool. I just be real normal, right?
That's admirable, you know.
Certain things, like if certain things happen in the country, certain things, like when the whole thing with Gabriel was going on and things,
You was
right?
one of the guilt?
Batman, boy. Yeah.
No, listen.
I still don't know what the guy looks like.
Listen.
I just see somebody say Gabriel get beat up in some...
In fit, something, yeah. But anyways, guys, that's the point.
Yes.
When that whole thing that happened, at the point in time I was watching social media, and people was making it a joke. Girls was saying that somebody coming out, and I never come here to call no names and talk about nobody, right?
Nah,
but as a female, to see that somebody saying that they sick, or to see that they're going on doing certain things, and then or they're still coming up on the internet and saying, yes, I love Batman, this, that, the other, da. I just had was to, like, I was just lying with my friends, and I just make a video one time, and that got over 200,000 views.
Whoa.
You understand?
What much views you get?
Not 200,000.
She's
No,
done
like,
viral.
It is just because people just understand better when you're just raw.
When you read.
Plenty people just want to sit down and, okay, well, today the sun will be... No, it's not that. Yeah, the sun hot. We're in Trinidad. The place full of crime, but it's still a beautiful country.
Oh, they didn't
Are they saying?
go on the balcony.
The dogs?
Yeah, that's why I tell them go on the balcony because...
You let's say distracted and I'll distract the guests for about 10 seconds.
But
So
let's
I
keep
could
that
divert.
going.
Let's go down the
Because that dog is not going to stop barking.
let's go down the hold on, wrong button. You know the song? Jesus Christ, you young girl. Don't worry, I'll train you.
I'm 30. I'll be 30
Oh,
next week, Friday.
Look.
Maybe about 32, 33.
Oh, well, finally somebody guessing my age. I'm 35. Good.
Okay.
So, yes. So, the whole concept of what you were bringing up and what I want to ask is, he's a money man. When I say money man, he's into finance.
Right.
I don't want to have to spend $200 on a date because I find that's bullshit.
You want to spend less?
I want to spend nothing because I want to have sex for the lowest amount of money as possible.
Well, you need to find somebody who's taking higher and pay them.
No, because then that would be more than $200. You don't understand.
Well, get a wife and marry her so you will have sex for free.
That's what I was getting you for.
Not me.
Well, yeah, that's what the child.
You have to get a next job.
No.
Or talk to Dr. Phil.
No, so my point is, and I find that is BS, because you was talking about your requirements, but my requirements I never met. I mean,
Right.
you're really busting it open. The way I wanted to, I really have to do all these things. How much dates do I? Okay, go back to the original question, and I must ask this: how much does the Ford Focus cost? And when I say the Ford Focus, Phil, I'm not talking about an actual car. I'm talking about there must be a metric for how much your vagina actually costs.
Everybody just value themselves differently, and that's the truth.
Let me finish. It must obviously be a price that is the price for Phil, that is the price for Bazie, that is the price for young me. Because I find he have to pay less than me. Phil getting it for free. I pay him $5 million, and then I still get after 9 months. Then have some guy who's coming, hey, I find you looking nice shreds, whatever. He don't pay shit. I was like, yo.
And that goes back to where I told you. Everybody is different. Everybody is different.
That's a good question.
All right then. Trino, they sit down here. They the money man. Right?
Who getting Rufus?
We talking about real life.
Okay.
No, wait.
F Mary Kay.
Wait, listen. We talking about real life, right? He's the money man.
Yes.
Majority of the time, man on he level, we had a business, had things going for themselves, just be married, right? You're married. Well, okay, we just saying in this situation, you're married, right? I meet train all here, right? At the same time. Just saying. Oh no. I meet the married man first. No, I meet you.
You not married.
You meet me.
Who
Well,
married?
she's supposed
I just
No,
saying, right?
You're right. You meet.
I was
me
with you
first.
first, right? Wait.
But
You
I
and
smashing?
me? What?
Am I smashing in this scenario?
Listen, I with you first.
She's with-
Use the boyfriend.
The
Listen.
biblical version.
Right.
Great.
Use the, if you want to say the boyfriend, use the boyfriend, right? Or the main or whatever, right?
She knows you.
So I know you. Let me say we grew up from small thing, we
Yeah.
together, thing, alright then.
Right.
Throughout the time we went to school, we thing, we never really do nothing with our life. You have a normal, as you say, CPEP, right?
Right.
I may be working in a
Government
movie
office.
tongue, are you OJT, some kind of thing.
Right.
Alright then. Let me say a casino. Let me put it real, right? Let me
Because
put it real.
you're wet tea, so casino.
Right. So I don't like them kind of dynamite thing. Cards, I don't like that. Right? Alright then.
Yeah.
You're working, you're going to work thing. So as a waitress.
Oh my God.
When you done your CPAP work, you maybe just hustle, you maybe have a shop, you're doing whatever you could do to make ends meet.
Couple of
thing.
them like 5-6
Right.
grand for the month.
But as a woman now, and people wouldn't want to admit, because females doesn't want to really admit when they're watching other things or when they're jealous or when they're studying things now, right? But once you think it in your mind, it's there, right?
Okay.
So all right then, you going to work, you working thing. You're a waitress, everybody tracking you because you're nice, you're looking good thing. Real money man, right? So
Like
all right
Phil,
then, bam.
that
Phil
bastard
coming here
Phil.
now. Phil coming, right? Let me just say, Phil, I carry 3-4 drinks for Phil, ting. Phil only buying Hennessy. Ting.
Philly.
At the end of the night,
That Philly get
man
money.
is man.
Pumping,
He
man.
go and say, well, you know, thing, you come, man. I say, you know, I'm a boyfriend, ting. But I could have friends, right?
Whoa.
Because our man favorite line is he have friends,
Nice.
right?
Trip. Fucking them girls.
Right. So, all right then. So, remember, I let Phil know I have a boyfriend because
Right.
Phil have a wife. But remember, I don't need to go nowhere to see Phil.
Yeah.
Phil coming in my job every day to gamble. So, all right then, you're seeing Phil.
I demand. I already
Phil
recognize.
tipping you every night. You're going home with a 500. This time, you and Phil maybe you ain't do nothing, right? But you're
And they going
going.
home with 500.
I just saying is a
No,
money
yeah,
man, right? We just being real.
Yeah.
Right? We just being real, right? All right then. We just saying 500.
Oh
gosh.
gosh.
No, yeah.
So all right, by 5 days, 5 by 5, yeah,
25.
2,500.
Right.
All right then. So now, gosh, your man can't know you had the money. What you going to do now? You're going to start to look different. You're going to start to dress different. Because why? You're coming to LA money. Obviously, that's the reality. Because every girl inside just wants to be a better version of themselves. But it doesn't always have the means to do it. You might be working and you and your man done struggling. Or if you're living by yourself, you don't have nobody. By the time you done pay your rent, I being real because I pay bills.
Yeah,
I
sure.
just say, right, again, 5,000 here and bam. By the time I get it done. I don't know how people...
You want no kids?
No.
Oh,
I don't know how people is finding money to
She's
go
going
out
to.
every weekend and every week and thing. I not saying if people had the money and they want to do it, them could do that. That don't interest me. You understand? So all right then, the woman start to dress up, ting, bam. You and she start to talk now on a regular because you have each other number thing. It go start to, how come I carry you for lunch? You go and end up going to lunch 2-3 times. You might start to talk.
Scenario.
No, it's the truth.
No,
That's
this
how
happen.
things just
Yeah,
happen.
this
It's the
happen.
truth.
Yeah.
You know, you feel somebody just watch somebody just so somebody who never do you nothing in your whole relationship and just decide to just horn them just so because you're mad.
It's
No. Let me be real because you home there and your girl maybe don't want to tell you or let me say you're just working CPEP and you ain't doing nothing else. You find that is enough. I'm just saying. And a girl find we used to sleep on our mattress back when we was 18 years. We gonna be 30.
Yeah, talk to me,
Still.
talk to me. Mike, when I
Sorry. We sleeping on our mattress since we was 18 years. We now looking to buy a bed 30. Like, if I just say it now, right?
Progress.
So a woman might be watching that you don't want to progress. And first of all, your life so dread. She gonna go now, end up with Phil. But remember, Phil are your wife. But Phil making sure she good because Phil see she and die over this go.
So when he's coming, the third guy is coming.
Wait, just now, hold up
I
yourself.
was a bit alright, yeah.
All right then. So let me just say, bam, money start to come in, bam. Just so Phil tell you lay your work, but you can't tell your man Phil tell you lay your work.
Why you go to your work if
Listen now, that is the truth.
Sorry,
It have some women that like to work, right? But it have women who want to work for themselves. You could get a rich man and you gave me all that money, a smart person now might say, right, I want to lead this casino. My man really thinking, let me start a business. Everybody different. I want to tell you, you can't just stereotype one sort of person. You understand? Because you don't know how my mind might be. So let me say now, bam. You lead the work, fail gain your money. So you tell your man, babes, some lie you get through, you open a shop home. Because that's how it is going on. You doesn't try to F up home. Men doesn't have no respect for their home. Women were quicker, do something on the outside and still study ways where I do want my husband to find out.
Well, at this point in time, you and the married man jamming.
We ain't bound to jam. We
Yeah,
can
of course
jam
you're bound to
wherever.
jam. I don't care if you give them money. I
No,
can't-
but you don't have to. That's the point. And that's what people don't understand. And they were saying no and they were saying because they might want to look small. But it's have men who just give you a thing. It's have men who just tell you, I like you, I rock with you, I want to make sure you're good. I'm not saying he gonna give you a 10 by 10. But if a man have money, that kind of money, right?
I just had to press one button. They're called...
I'm so fed up by you.
Yeah,
Right?
continue.
But personally, to me, I just went through plenty things in my life with men and relationships and things. And I just choose to use my platforms to say what I have to say. Even if it's that female, if it is something I feel like how women would deal with certain situations and things, I just different. I just different than everybody else. I wouldn't think how somebody else thinking.
So,
You know that kind of way? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
So you know, do you think is fiscally responsible? Is it fiscally responsible? No, check your ring there off, and I was like, oh, all right. I a Horus, okay. You see this? Okay, I see what you're doing there, buddy. Anyway.
Hobakaba science.
Oh, yeah. Anyway. All right. So, do you think it's fiscally responsible, or should a man, when he have means, allocate? Because I learned this from a fella that I know our money. He was just like, I allocate like a host fund. That's what he said. I allocate a host fund. Yeah, he making like $30,000 a month. So he's like, he's put aside $3,000-$4,000 to entertain hosts. You think that makes sense? And you think like having that kind of his entertainment is host, and he just on host.
So I'll tell you how I'll answer that question.
And I don't mean like you doing this. I mean like.
I will tell you how I will answer that question, right? So people like what they like, right? You like what you like. Somebody might like
I just like
this,
light skin and braces, to be honest.
somebody might like that. You see, when it comes to money and relationships, man and woman, and thing, I usually, particularly, or for any man, particularly a younger man, you really not in a position to tell a girl what to like, right? A girl like what she like. Hang on, ease up.
Okay.
You not in a position to tell a girl she like what she like. You as a man are determined what you like. So you as a man, you on a journey. You know, everybody have a money journey.
Okay.
Everybody have a relationship with money. What you choose to do with your money determines what happening down the road. So if you taking your money to do this, that is you. I can't really judge you. I tell young men, just stay in your lane. If you know you cannot afford, so here what's going on, partner? I'm telling you, big to big. You meet this girl.
Who's Keisha? He will be slappy?
Do
You like this
Please.
girl. Whatever reason you like her. But you realize, boy, here what to date this girl, this is what happened. You gotta shell out this, you gotta do that, you gotta do that. Right? That is what you gotta do.
I don't really want it again
You
because
gotta
it's
know.
something like you're cheap.
You gotta know if that
She really knows.
all that working in your plan. You gotta know if a girl gonna call you cheap. You gotta know if she want. And here we're going. She like what she like. You gotta know what you like.
Doctor feel better than anything.
You see how everybody's going. You see how that catch you.
It might stick it
Tell
up.
me that catch you.
You wanna fill the
Sorry,
gap.
listen, right? Okay, fill the gap.
Oh, you know what?
This question's for you.
I could actually I could call this episode. You feel she gap, but anyway.
No.
Oh my God.
We will figure
Anyways,
out on you.
Financial
no, but for real,
literacy.
like a trying man is better than a man who not trying, right?
Alright.
I come from the ghetto.
Me too.
Right.
So you wanna go back?
I don't know the next side of life, how them they see things and how
Right.
them they think of things because I dealing with my standard now. Right? I not rich. I want to be rich. I'm looking to message Dr. Phil for him to help me.
It
'cause
can't
I
catch you on
need
Phil.
help. Sorry, I
The
will
man
try.
is fill the gap.
Fill the gap. I will try my best to stop saying
Is
that.
it D or DE?
D.
Phil, as in PHIL.
Yeah,
No.
THE gap, yeah.
D gap.
I just followed
Phil,
it.
you should
No,
say
no,
Phil.
it shouldn't
It's
be.
financial
Phil,
literacy.
D gap. It's,
Come on, you.
You didn't know
Phil
it's
the
the
gap.
pun, the pun,
you
get
are-
the pun.
Phil the
I
gap.
get what you're saying.
you go tell me what my name
Come on, you halfway.
Come on,
You might
don't
be
be
the
like
you might be
that.
the finance guy, but I am the marketing god.
Yeah.
Actually, is
Think about it. You think this all look was this gonna move one night? This look was.
here's the deal, right? Here we're going to. We're going to keep it marketing for when they pay me now. Like.
Oh. Yeah, Phil, check me if you want marketing.
Fill our money. Fill
You understand? Right now, she going to help me with a lot of stuff coming up. So, she have a social media presence, and she has about to have my child. So, I cannot keep.
Baby,
So that why
again,
she's
don't be
spitting
back.
in the studio here, but
Yeah, listen, I'm not sure if you're dark or not, nigga. It's not my fault. Genetic lottery.
Vicky. Right. So you was talking about you growing up from a not the most
Okay.
privileged circumstances now. Right?
My family is not rich.
Right.
But they make enough for themselves because my parents work hard, and I personally squandered my choices, if you want to say that.
But did you have both? Because you know everybody going to say there's a single mother houses, both parents.
No, actually, my biological father lives in the States.
Okay.
But my dad is my stepfather, yes, but that is my father. I do not consider him my stepfather. That is
And you
my
show
dad.
him respect like
And
he's your
because that
father.
is who's there for me, despite how much things I do, how much trouble I give, and I was not easy to deal with.
You see, them kind of men is men who is had to applaud. But
That's why
like,
when I watch stories and seeing the kind of things stepfathers doing to children and them kind of thing, and I just be like, where's boy, God, boy? I feel so bad, and I just
No.
like cry
but
because
statistically, right? You know that stepfathers tend to be the one. To
no, yes, but I being real honest, never ever in life I ever had to feel uncomfortable. I bring friends around, you know. I never ever. He's a real
Good, he's
nice
a good
person.
man.
He's a good man, and he
know, he's
and
straight
my
ahead,
mother
man,
together
like.
since how old am I?
So he met you.
He was
as a child.
actually there with my mom when I was being born and those kinds of stuff. You know what I mean?
That's that
and I
kind of
was
man,
in
boy.
their wedding.
That's that
I
kind of man,
walk
boy.
in my mom and dad wedding.
You
You
know,
know?
because you know the difference is she didn't put the child on him. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No,
He
but
put
you
the
know,
child on him.
from day one, he has never said that is my stepdaughter. Never one
No,
day.
but-
He said that is his first child.
Right.
And
but you
my
understand what I'm
sister
saying?
is really his first child.
Right,
But
right.
his family, everybody accept
And he never
me.
make you feel left out.
Never. I could take responsibility. I was the one who used to say,
You're not
them
my
don't
dad.
like me and thing. Because obviously, as a child growing up, I used to talk to my father.
Okay.
But when I was 11 years old, he come into my life, and then he tried to make me feel like if, you know, I will have a better life, thing. And me now, as a child, watching America, watching thing, my father and them don't let me do what I want, thing. So I started to rebel.
Right,
I started to
right.
get trouble, thinking, well, yes, he can come and take, man. Take what? I still here.
Well, no, because we had a meeting.
So sometimes it's
You
only
never
when
let
you
go.
get older you just really realize as a child it really wasn't easy now, boy, dealing with yourself now. And plenty of people doesn't care self-reflect.
That's a very important
Understand?
thing. Yeah.
Because
You're
big as I
very
is,
self-aware.
because
Yeah,
it's only
that's
now,
a real true
big as I
statement.
is, like let me say maybe 5 or 6 years ago, me and my family really get back on a, not to say we was vexed or,
But you get back
you know,
tight-knit.
but I just used to shut myself away from them because I used to just feel like I different now, boy.
You don't belong
You
there.
understand? But when I really come to think about it as I get older, I just realized I was just a child that just bratty and just want what they want. And if I did listen and
You would
really
have been in
take
a worse
more,
position.
I would have been in a way better position than
Yeah,
I am now.
yeah.
You
Well, we
understand?
can tell you was bratty.
Because you used to feel like
She
if,
bratty,
you know,
she
everybody
bratty.
wants to
Yeah.
control you and thing, and no.
So in the skipper, you have a man now. Not this guy, but
Mm-hmm.
just a man in general. You're trying to take and be what I want to say. I don't want to hear the S word. I have to use it. Submissive. You're cool with being submissive. No. Because like if you say,
Submissive?
yeah, I don't like you wearing that clothes, girl.
You can't tell me what to do.
I thought you were not
It's
listening.
have a compromise, right?
Right.
No, listening to your parents
But
Listen, say, you feel in the bedroom, submissive, and no, but
no, but I mean, if they get, so you're looking to get wedded.
hello.
Hello?
Nobody cannot tell me what to do.
Unless it's the bedroom.
If it is me and you in a relationship, and a simple thing like clothes, because that is be things in people relationship, and you tell me, babes, you know, I don't really like that, I'll watch your thing. And if I personally really feeling comfortable in it, I might stay in it. But if it's something small that might make an argument or a problem, I would just change it.
You see, yes, you're talking.
It's like she's saying the good things.
No,
She-
for real.
you feel
No,
like-
listen. Sometimes,
I see that.
all right, it's a men who like their woman to look sexy, right?
Right.
All right then. If it is everything I put on, you don't jump me. Right? So let me say 2 months pass, you never tell me nothing. We go in somewhere, maybe it could have been the occasion. Because some people just like to dress how they like to dress, whether they fit in or not, whether it look like the occasion or not. We just see that on the red carpet. We just see that all over the place.
Okay, cool.
A man might just tell you, babes, you know, let me say you go and meet somebody's mother at the scene. And you
Ain't
have
gonna
on
come
a
in
top
our
with
leggings.
all your breasts out.
Ain't
And
gonna
I
come in
show
our leggings.
Time
first
and place.
time.
Hey, they're gonna be-
Especially if you know the people where you're going
Man.
or you know the vibe or you just personally
Man,
find.
when they come
I
and meet
don't
my
want you
mother,
to
when they come
phone
and
that.
meet our child grandmother on my side, please do. I'll show you. I'll tell you
I will
what.
put on address, don't worry.
Oh Jesus!
Right?
It's gonna be a match made in heaven.
It is be a give and a take for me. I could be hard headed, but sometimes to just avoid certain things, you could do things differently.
You say something I just now, right? A trying man is our.
I try man better than a man who don't try.
I trying. I just trying. I put money.
But before that, I say, right? That
Before, in the earlies, I being honest, I really wasn't trying to be in no relationship with nobody and thing. Because I kind of crazy
Oh, what give it
and
away?
thing, right?
self-reflection is work.
I know. I tell her
Yeah.
she's self-aware, which is cool.
I just, people doesn't can handle me sometimes.
So where's a warning sign for when you're tripping off? You just
quiet.
zoom out and hit any that's or even.
A question I had to ask this as I say handle. Should a man have to handle a woman?
Handle meaning what?
That's what you just said. You said
Money?
Like no handle, like put up with.
because you said it's a hard to handle. So
To
should
be
I have
honest,
to
that is a
handle it?
question all you should answer. Because men, because
I guess
alright
not.
then, like let me say my boyfriend, I'm saying, let me say we going good, ting. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we just have to just, you know?
I have a question for you. If you just come in here this evening and your boyfriend say, hey, Vicky, me and you on our podcast this evening, come on.
No, I wouldn't go.
Oh, we don't meet and
You
make
crazy,
this.
yeah.
Kid.
If it's one thing, people know this is
You
me.
wouldn't come on. You would not come on the podcast.
She
You
would come.
crazy, I would come
She
still.
does what she
Oh,
wants
that's
to
what you
do.
say. You
Are
say
you
I
mad?
would not go. Or do you say I would not?
No, I would
she
go,
does what she wants
but
to do.
he's not going. He know I'm coming here.
Okay, no, but
It
if you
don't make
have a
no sense you
reason.
being with some. I was with people before
And I tell lie.
who don't like. No, I don't lie. Who do not like how I say whatever I had to say on the internet, or who find I shouldn't do this and I shouldn't do that. But that is me.
No,
That is what I
do
like.
get wrong for
You
the way want
understand?
to do.
So if it is you, can't like me for me, well then, go
Are you
ahead.
with me?
All right, cool.
Because if I with you and you don't have nothing, because let me be real, right? I might be with you, we might have sex, it might be real good, nice orgasm, ting. Anytime
It's
I want
good
to have
too,
sex,
it's
I
good,
could
it's
call
good.
you.
It's
It's good. But let me say, T and Tech now come and cut my lights.
Pressure.
I short in 500. I gain you jam right through, but I can't call you to help me.
You know what? You know what it's called that? It's called that film my words, Fuck you, pay me. That's what it's called that.
You understand? No, I just say now. Right? And it's a man that is be comfortable. Just if a man come by me, all right, before let me say when he come, it didn't have a fridge. But you're coming by me right through.
Bring out the cooler.
Even if you ain't buying the whole fridge, you could say, babes, what you seen?
Am I the only guy in this scenario?
Yes, let me say it's like that.
No, I
right?
should then.
Let me be real. Because
Yeah.
it have people doing that. Because why? A woman, there's like, you feel like, don't worry, I like you, everything is okay. And I independent.
What that-
I don't care
Well,
about that.
No, what was that timeshare situation? Because I know a situation like a girl is just like, oh, help me pay my rent. So I have a genius friend who's like, here's the scene. If I can be paid your whole rent if I fucking did like a quarter every month. So find 300 niggas, pop the rest of the rent, cool.
No, like
And
them
time share
had
that.
an agreement, like them.
No, I mean, it didn't come up to that because she's
But
like, that's
that's the problem.
intelligent.
That's a
People
genius way
can't.
to get
People don't
STD.
live real like that.
That's a genius way to
It
get
is,
STD.
for real.
I mean,
Very smart.
if everybody get tested, why not?
No, but here what going on,
You
right?
can't afford the
Listen, be honest. If it is you had a chance to be in a polygamous relationship, would
Me
you?
personally,
Yeah.
I thought, glad you
Oh, yeah,
asked.
I'm glad you asked. We finally. Phil, answer this question quick. What is your thoughts on polyamory? Can answer?
Before
Polyamory
answer,
questions?
yeah.
Oh God, he watch with his high cheekbones and he just squint his eyes just like.
He not on
Phil
that.
Carey, yeah,
No,
no,
no.
no.
Phil watch me like, yeah, sure.
Phil Carey,
Trying to
answer
make
that
me out
question,
of dog. I don't be effing
Yeah.
5, 6 of
Answer
them.
that question.
Yeah, don't let
Okay,
Phil
but you
answer
believe
that.
in polyamory? What? You believe?
I got just dropped that one. Though.
Yeah. You believe
To
in
be
polyamory?
honest, I don't really have a problem.
Yeah, and, like, so could I be with you and like with other chicks?
Can I be with you and other guys?
Do you
That'll
have
make-
seminal fluid in you?
No,
when
but you
check
know,
me?
in America, right?
Right.
No, people here what is going with men. Men just feel as they want to be in a poly relationship, them entitled to be the only man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Which is not true. Right?
Yeah,
If you
it could
Google
happen,
it
man.
properly, because when you watch things on the internet, when you Google them thing, somebody I know in a relationship with 6 people, 3 men and 3 women, and all of them living in the same house.
So you're buying? You're buying this, huh?
I like who I like.
Ooh, I like that.
All right,
I can't say I will see every girl and be like, yeah, no, I can't do that.
All right.
Right?
All right.
But if I see a girl, she looking good, ting. I have a girlfriend and ting.
Yeah. I thought you had a boyfriend.
I have a boyfriend too.
Hey, bitch, hold on, if I get Oh, no, just a child.
Vicky,
Let's do
Vicky.
it
Anyways.
let's do it slower. for the
No,
camera.
shut up. Anyways.
Vicky, my eyebrows just started scratching. After that.
You getting that arm?
No,
You see your forehead?
listen, guys.
All right, I'll listen.
Stop it. Right.
Okay.
So back to the question, right?
Polyamory.
So
Oh, that is-
if it is, all right. So if it is I with somebody, my friend calling me to tell me, yeah, girl, I now see a man with a woman on the avenue here, you know.
Okay.
And your man with this woman 3 months. Right?
That's
and
our
with-
friend, our private investigator.
Oh gosh, no, I just saying, right?
All right, cool.
People just be in full-on relationships with other people when they're in a
Affairs.
relationship already.
So do you- right.
So if it is me personally, right, I would prefer for you to come out and tell me.
You want the honesty?
And if it is the person and me meet up, maybe if it is we like one another,
Don't
we
do
could
it.
think up.
No, do you want? So you don't mind?
I don't mind because
But
you know
no, but
why?
okay.
When I don't want to wash, she could wash. When I don't want to cook, she could cook.
Vicky.
When I don't want to take she could take it. I find that sharing. I prefer
No,
that.
but you just don't want to lie about it.
Yeah, like just
Just
be
come out
honest.
and be honest.
People
You don't
doesn't
cry. You sure you don't cry?
I just respect her. No, if it's a man I with, like my man, and he doing something or we
Right.
I as a baby ask my friends, I just cry. I don't care. I just cry.
All right. But
Let's listen. Go.
I just cry.
don't cry.
I just really cry as an emotional ball.
All right, Vicky. Don't
Especially
cry,
when you invest your time and your time.
And your vagina.
And that too. And especially the
I love
sex
this.
was good and then after you had to study ways. No more of that thing. Then the money go and stop. You go and study. I just being honest.
Yeah, I just like the fact that our water, you know.
Yeah, we not vex with you at all. Speak your mind.
But would you be open to being in a poly relationship?
Is the next man does he have any sexual
Hold on.
interactions with you?
To answer your question,
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on in the relationship? What I know about the men do not have intercourse in it. Them do not. They're not gay.
Sounds like the gay.
No, it's nothing like. No, everybody relationship different. It has some people not in Trinidad because they don't encourage them thing. But plenty people out there does encourage them thing because it have plenty men. Like when I went to England, I saw that it have plenty people that
Doing poly.
LGBTQ for sure. It have
Right,
a whole
right, right.
place in Camden Town. The sidewalks, the crosswalks, everything is LGBTQ
Alphabet
colors.
people.
The alphabet.
People, trans people working in stores like normal,
It's like a
walking the
functioning
road.
community.
It's like, yeah,
Actual
and then when you talk to the people over there and thing, you're realizing that a lot of men are gay or bisexual or whatever, and they it's not like Trinidad.
You can see that party man.
You can't. And people doesn't move like it. Everybody just mind the business and die the problem. If you want to be with 7 women and you get 7 women who love you enough and them don't have no problem and them want to be with you, why you shouldn't do it?
Well,
Why
I mean,
I should judge you for something
I
that
can tell
making you happy?
I can tell you why you shouldn't and shouldn't do it, right?
Bazie, you go.
No, because
Come on,
you
let
bring
him
up
cook.
a real Phil, indulge me. Alright?
No comment.
I mean, after all, the name of the show is you. Polygamy and polyamory is two different things. Alright? Polyamory,
Let's take the dirt from underneath the nail there.
No, it can't come out. It hurts, man. How long I try
it
to
has
do it?
certain dirty cow.
No, it's not.
When I go in the salon, I will take it out. I'm from scratching my tattoo.
Alright. Polyamory and polygamy is two different things, right? Polyamory is where they like the bonobo community. You know, a bonobo is a monkey where everybody, ape, sorry, does have sex with everybody, right?
Right.
Polygamy, or sorry, let me do the right thing. Polygamy and polygyny is two different things. Polygyny is everybody loving everybody. Polygamy is where one spouse have multiple partners. It could go either way. A woman have multiple men, a man have multiple women.
I don't want that. I will.
You want
Me?
everybody loving everybody in that community.
Like if it, I just
So my
just
thing is,
don't
how do I
care.
guarantee my paternity? That's my
How
my
you
issue.
know is your child?
Yeah, how I know is I don't mind you watch. I don't. My thing is, I attend the jam.
Imagine the child come out with Phil slang.
With your head.
Yeah.
It's like, who's this?
Just Lord Father.
Who's this? I know I don't mind this kid, and it's not mine. You know,
Because of a decision of, well, I like what I is.
you get asked with that.
No, but then
finance,
everybody
how
will
much
be
money
a
a child
family,
is
so
cost?
you shouldn't study it. You should
Alright.
just take care of the child.
I'll tell you one thing, eh? You say you like to get read, right? Men don't operate so.
They don't.
So, you see
No,
that?
no. They will say I've been out of timing.
All right, cool.
Big up the man, let me watch your camera. Big up the man that is keep us at 1,000 and hurt your feelings with the truth. I prefer that. And that's why plenty women they sit down and hate each other because a man telling you, I single, but he telling you, yeah, baby, I love you. I know with nobody.
Well, no, so
and
then
you find
she
out.
really begging of me because I've been preaching. Stop lying to these bitches. Let's tell me the truth.
Like,
It's way better.
I went through too much things and too much hurt and too much things going through in life and seeing situations with friends, with myself, with even strangers. So, majority of the time when you watch things, everything will be better if
with a lucky
people
thing,
just
okay,
if people just tell the truth.
Right.
It will be hard to accept.
So without that polygamy thing, right? With men and having multiple women, let me tell you something. It
It's
have
costly.
virtual reality and reality. Sensationalism is a thing that's happened with is a component of all media, right? It's something that is actually have to make people interested in what you're showing them, or is it not going on watch? It's called a sensationalism, right?
Right.
If I want you to adopt an idea called polygamy, I want to show you polygamy in the most, I don't know, the most give me a word on it, the best way possible.
Right.
When you see this as a consumer of the media now, you go in and watch it and say, but this does work. They have a whole set of universities of
Thought?
behavioral psychologists, evolutionary psychologists that locked in debate right now in the world. Right? The debate is basically based on what it's really about. Nature, which is our natural instincts, or our social instincts, right? What has come first? Right? And socially, we might say, that's all right, baby. You could put on that, whatever you're comfortable in. Walk on the road with me. Let me hold your hand. But one thing, and you should actually remember this as something that's real communication, is body language. Non-verbal communication. So what are looking like to me as the man who's supposed to be your provider, your protector.
Like, you have no respect.
Like, I can't even tell you what to do because the average man don't want to see woman looking like average.
Looking crazy out there.
So there are men who will say, yeah, I want my girl in
Nobody
tongues
have
in
men
the
who
road.
like them things.
Right, but as the exception, the average man now don't really want to see the bird outside in skimpy clothes, tongues, doing the most. You can't tell a woman what to do.
But here, I cuss him. Sorry.
Go ahead, go ahead.
True?
You go,
Oh,
you
nah, I
go.
don't want to curse my mother. I will get vexed.
So, hi, mom.
Hi, mom.
Mommy.
No, but like for real. All right then. I was going to say.
No, yeah, go ahead with the men who does actually talk about. Go ahead, ask your question.
Okay, well, she gets her thoughts together.
Yeah.
So, how much do you think should be allocated a decent amount for our first date on with a chick?
Come back with this.
No, I have to. Our first date with a chick. I mean, what's a good
I
salary?
don't
that
want you, eh?
Huh?
I don't want you again. You know he find 200 is too much to spend on a date.
I find 25 cents to put cheese on a Whopper for a girl is too much. Why pay for that fucking
My
place?
child wants star.
We child gonna be good. I'm not sure about you.
Oof.
We child gonna be.
You don't say what man who don't lie. He don't lie.
I don't want him again.
No,
I'm not lying either.
No, let me explain this.
I don't even want the child again.
No, let me explain this.
Cool.
Our child gonna be basically royalty in like 2 different countries.
All
That
right,
child
okay.
gonna be good.
All right,
you
I'll
gonna
take
be
it.
with me. You gonna be good in that kind of sense when you're with me.
We don't find you have a Somalian kind of look. Like you from Somalia.
Nah, Vita.
Don't do that.
I look
Like Captain Philip. I'm the captain.
That's what you're trying to put me up on.
If I really pull it up, no, he don't look like that.
He have a Somalian, Ethiopian kind of.
I don't find so.
What does
Serious?
it look like?
I have seen a lot of Ethiopian and Somalian people when I was in England.
In
It's like a
England.
whole village out with only Somalians, and there's be well grumpy.
And they look the same because it's.
They all just look the same. That is true.
I
You don't look
someone
like
else.
that.
I look Ethiopian if anything.
Yeah, he don't look
Or
like
about
that.
you look like your mother and father child.
Nah, probably not.
To be honest, if you put the kind of band thing on your head, you will look like the people who sell the
So
shop.
anyway, I was asking Mr. Phil. Thanks, guys.
Sorry, nah.
Thanks. With your nice eyes and your nice teeth. Just do the tongue thing one more time. Oh my God.
Don't bother to
Yes.
look.
Anyway, Phil. So, what would be a decent salary? I think a young man should be looking to, or a decent income for the month. A young man should be having. Then he could say, "Hey, what? This is honest to God that I want to facilitate a young lady in a date or something like that." What's a decent amount of money?
Yeah, it's not income thing, it's not salary thing. Because when you get your salary, right? So when I hear Vicky just now say, well,
Delusional? You thinking delusional?
no.
What's that?
When she said, well, listen, so I get X amount for the month, and you might do this, I don't understand how people just go out every week. That's what you said. Right? Most times people then go and check and see, you don't know. So when you have a budget, you know exactly where your money going. People don't have a clue where their money going. They're clueless. So, right? You might have money to go on a particular kind of date. If you sacrifice this, you might, I don't know. You have internet home. What kind of internet you have? You have cable. No, I'm just saying. I'm saying people have what your grocery bill is like. What you doing with your money? It have different things, as I say. So it depends on
Wash your hands there, kid.
what your monthly income is. Is what you saving is listen, it's have the man who making 10,000 a month, all his money gone. The man who making 5,000, saving 100, saving 200, saving 300. The man who have the $10,000, he
Can't
will
go
not
on
save. No, he poor. Because he not saving anything.
So-
It's the man who have a 5,000 who put on aside
like
to say,
me?
listen, I know where my money going, and every month I saving 200.
So do you promote frugality? Like he has to be. That's the word frugality.
Yes.
To stay in your lane, partner.
Don't
So
hang your
based
hands.
on the conversation she's saying, and
So you're not saying don't lie and don't do certain
Yes,
things.
live
You're
your
just saying
life
budget
because
for
that's
money better.
yes.
No, what's saying is-
according to you, yeah, budget for your life.
as a finance
So
guy,
budget for your life.
As you say, if
Right?
you know you like
That
horse,
is a
you have
fun-
to put
that is
money
a-
away for
That
horse.
is a fundamental pillar in your journey.
so the-
budget for your life. So you see a partner doing something, you see a partner driving something, he going somewhere, right? No, if that nobody, then fine, that's what I'm saying. But no, but that's what people are to deal with in this day and age. You're watching things on social media, you're watching.
And
you're
on
hanging
social
on
media,
something.
that's what nobody
That
do.
is not you, but somebody watching
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
That's what they're watching.
Yeah.
That is not you.
But talking
That
about,
is true.
what
That's
I'm
not
asking
you.
is, based on what she's saying and what I saying, do you think we are financially compatible? Like,
She don't tell you no.
No, that's a hard no.
Listen to me like
That's
this.
a hard no.
It's like me.
That's a hard no.
I know to
but she already
myself,
said.
I-
But you can't be mad at that.
You can't get vexed.
You know.
No,
she
I-
like what she
no,
like.
I want a
you
kid.
want to see something in the Cartier store when you have Anton's money.
What's Anton's?
Anton's
A
jewelry.
jewelry store.
I've never bought jewelry.
No,
before
I
in my
just
life.
using a comparison.
Studying you to somebody.
Like I just see Chris
I should
Brown
go down
every
with
day,
you.
and I just want Chris Brown, but I can't have him. I wish I could get him, but I can't.
You could, yeah, you know, yeah.
You
Shoot your
understand?
shot.
No,
Get some
I just
a little pros.
So a man now, like, all right, simple thing like on Instagram. I as a person, I answer and reply to
Exactly,
everybody.
okay, so just wait, it's
Once
not-
it's
it's not
not
nice
spam
person.
and thing, right? Once it's not disrespectful, I just reply. Because people just be messaging sometimes for business, sometimes just because they want to find out something. If I post a product, if I think.
Sometimes
right?
not us the man.
But sometimes it's like You have a fat cat. I want to do you this. I want to do it.
Just.
As I tell you, where's
Your
the scene?
cat not that fat.
God.
You get like you have a fat cat comment.
That's crazy.
You have like a little above mid.
It's amazing that you have a estimation.
Already, right?
I've put in a can in my
I ain't even carry it to meet my mother yet.
Oh,
A
Relax.
measuring tool.
I see like a back in the
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh, she's a lady.
Oh, sorry.
Come on, man.
Okay, sorry.
Right now.
Oh, did you tell me like my mother? Oh, baby.
I don't forget what I was saying. No, first you talk so much shit.
Oh.
All right, so Phil, I have a question.
There's
Right?
sidetrack them.
We're talking about finance, we're talking about money, right? Here's the most important thing, right?
Yeah, let me hear.
Where would a young person, 18 years old, start? Because you have some 18-year-olds that...
Oh, yes, right.
Yeah.
So, all right, let me pick up the team one time. You
But they
guys
like
who taking
yourself.
the 3-month course with me for this auto mechanics. I was 3 months off from work over. So,
Okay.
cool.
Big up all you.
Yeah, big up things for the whole squad. Aaron, I was supposed to call you to be on the show, but you know that didn't.
Aaron, next week or something.
Yeah, anyway, so you guys who now finishing school,
Because the youth's real
I'm
awesome.
the oldest person. I'm the oldest person in the class there. I just in the
Okay.
class. So it's an ESC. We do it in 3 months just for like whatever for auto mechanics. I just don't want to pay a mechanic to fix my car. Trying to be frugal.
Yikes. The lengths, man. Nah, I commend it though.
Bro, frugality is important because
But-
I want to be Charlie Munger.
So, just now, to the question, right?
All right.
18 years old, where you going to start? You could be making $2,000 a month because you just adjust that point. It's not a money thing, right? It's a budget thing.
Yeah.
So, there are certain myths we touch on based on the fact that relatively poor person can invest on the stock market. A relatively poor person can put some kind of index fund in place. A relatively poor person can have a proper saving strategy and a budget
They
scheme.
definitely can't get a trust.
So, where would you start for somebody who comes from an underprivileged community who have no idea?
Yeah.
At 18, barely has any education. Let me put that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me be
And I
honest.
didn't say poor, so I would describe somebody of modest
Yeah,
means
no
because as I said,
Modest means,
a
yeah.
man who is making the 20,000 and 30,000, you see people living a certain way and don't get tied up.
Yeah.
One, if they lose their job, that's it. They could lose their house, they lose their apartment, they can't pay their
One
car
source of
because they're spending all their money. It's not even a matter of one source of income.
Right.
There are people, I'm telling you, you'd be surprised. Don't get tired when you see people driving certain things out here.
They can't even pay for the
Don't, no, it
car
have people, no,
insurance.
that is not, and again, that is not my business, it's not your business.
Of course.
It have people who could afford it. No, it have people who could afford it, they driving
No, I
nice.
definitely.
And it has some people who just looking at what other people have.
Levels, yeah.
So the man who making the 100,000 a year or 200,000 and a man making a 50,000 or 100,000, the man who is saving and being diligent and know where his money going, the first thing a 18-year-old need to know, you need to know like how to manage money. How to manage money. And that is how you will know. You know exactly where your money going.
Yeah.
So then you start saving with a purpose. That is number one. So budget for your life, right?
Yeah.
And you start saving with a purpose. What's that purpose? I mean, so where you saving towards, right? One of the first things you're supposed to start to save for is an emergency.
Right.
Plenty people out here.
First
car with standard,
COVID
car
mash
with
up plenty
standard
people.
emergency. Emergency could be
Mash up,
tire blowout, something with your family, dentist, wherever it is,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Any madness.
Cannot withstand an emergency. So you gotta start saving. You gotta save with a purpose.
Right.
The next thing you gotta do is you gotta know how to manage that. So you get a credit card.
Damn.
Yeah.
Now, like you say the credit card, you have a 10,000 on it,
Right.
right?
Who gave
You're
you
paying
10,000 on the credit card? Like,
The moderate.
no, the new people. You don't want my 18-year-old guy, right? He ain't getting no 10,000.
Nah,
What you gonna get?
He gonna get 35.
I mean, he's starting from modest
Maybe.
means,
He
All
not
right.
telling you, the basic he gonna get 35.
All right.
He's
So you have
starting
30.
from
You 30. You have a credit card,
35, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The
Your credit
Gold
card.
Republic card one, he bastards.
And you're paying the minimum balance.
Right.
You could be paying that for 10 years because you're paying the minimum balance. You're just paying interest on interest. So I tell a 18-year-old, you think, to get onto the stock market, it's far-fetched, or to get into an index fund or a mutual fund. Them things that sound fancy is really assets pulled together. You have a money manager, you have somebody managing money. So that is my job. My day
Right,
job,
right.
so somebody like myself or one of my colleagues, when the money come into the institution, you take the dollar and you put it in an asset, a stock or a bond for it to get a return, and that return is passed on to you. You could get out with as little $100. $100
US?
you could $100 TT you could
I can
open
get
a
it
mutual.
now.
Well, I am not the fund. I
Well,
just
you need
work.
to help,
I am a
man.
representative. Yeah,
Excuse me.
right.
There's an
So,
order.
I'm thinking about my child.
so good.
Right.
That's what I want you to think about.
Yeah, so you can
right?
come
and
with
I want
100.
anybody watching this show to know here what's going on. If you have $100 every month and you stacking and you're diligent, that's how it's go. It's not get rich quick.
It's
It's
a
not
slow,
fast.
hard
It is
grind.
that's the fastest way to accumulate wealth.
Yeah.
Steady. Discipline. That's
Yeah.
the fastest way. Not with trying and flip and do this and do that. So 18 years old, you could save $100.
So I have a question.
You could save $100 every month. That's what you do because
$100 is easy to
when
save
you
up.
not for
$100?
partner, it has some people blowing their whole salary.
Yeah,
So again,
yeah.
it's not about. It has some people don't have $100. They when the money done.
I don't know what men with divorce alimony, you getting jam up like that. Talking about
It have some people. Yes, $100 is easy to save if you are determined to save the $100. If you telling yourself, well, boy, I really don't have no money to save, and you're blowing your whole salary, you're waiting for the month, and you waiting. Payday is coming. You watch and you saying, okay, yeah, when you get, yeah, that re-up.
So if that
I'm not
pay
sure.
a day
So
late.
you get. Hey,
I'm not sure if you read this book.
So see, so that's what I'm telling you. That is. Don't get tap out here.
I'm not sure if
Don't
you
get
read
tap when you're seeing people having things. You don't know how they get it.
Yeah.
You don't know what they had to do. You don't know what kind of debt they in, and you don't know that could change
Just
at
as
a
long
moment's
as fellas,
notice.
as long as they're
Right?
not no bam that, all you're good dog.
No,
Because
but-
that fellas jamming for thing out here. We
No,
hear
the
about
real men jamming for things.
we,
Pause.
we hear about certain fellas, but
Yeah,
we can't call
we know
it
they're doing these things. She probably know them.
Me?
Anyway,
To put me in the back canal, eh? Yeah, man. Right.
you see these kind of loud outbursts. They can't do that no more, you know.
She does say she's get quiet before she trip over. So
No, she's still talking. She come roll your eyes on me, baby. Come.
Oh.
Kiss your pimple cheek. Come. Kiss your pimple cheek.
gosh.
Anyway,
Yeah, Phil.
Yeah.
Right. So, in terms of literature, now, because right now is the social media age, would you say you're already richest man in Babylon?
Yeah.
You think that's a good?
That's a great book. Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Rich
Richest
Dad,
Man
Poor-
in Babylon. Yeah. Think and Grow Rich. The Intelligent Investor.
Yeah.
Because that's the first. I think that was the first book, and how he said it is like you pay yourself first. You take the 10%.
That's the first thing I do.
You take the and because at that point in time, I think I was making like $200 a day. No, how much it was? I was delivering somebody for it was like a real small money. It's before I get the analyst job.
Alright.
So it was real small money, and I was like, yeah, just making like 100. I think it was $100 a day, small. And I was like, okay, $10, and that's all I had.
That's it.
And from that, I could have put that towards something. Then I see men in Grand Vitaras and wherever, and I was like, yeah, that's you. Because I know your girl don't like you for that car, and not for you. I was just like, my girl go like me for my $100 a day.
So
Yeah.
When you
$100
build,
a
no,
day.
when you build the discipline, when you do that, so when you start to get more money, let me tell you what, because if you don't know how to manage small money, when the big money come, you're going to
Yeah,
blow it
balls
same way.
that up.
brother.
but
You're going to blow it same way.
this is our concept, right? Phil put it across a layman. But this is basically how any country does operate.
How?
So they tax you. You get the government gets money. First things first, this money had to be allocated smartly. So they put the money in the hands of certain arms that will be able to distribute funding. And then of course there's a central bank, and the structures get so complex after that, the bureaucracy just get crazy. But macroeconomics and micro, I don't want to get too crazy for
No,
you.
okay.
No, but I asked him how because I was interested to hear the
No, I
answer. But
understand.
he's right. But the same way, it's
Bring
a
us-
budget.
break down
It's a
these-
budget.
It's a budget.
It's a budget. The
Break
same
down
way
these
me and
things.
you have to budget.
It's the same thing.
Economies, countries have to budget.
'Cause I
the
hear you
same way
say-
we go into the bank to borrow for
It's the
whatever.
absolute same.
Governments have to borrow.
And then the bank
corporations
had to do
have
the
borrow.
same
But
thing.
they have. But I tell you what they have. They have certain policies.
In place to protect them.
Right, so I ask you, well, what's your policy when you get paid? What's your policy?
Which
What's
was
your business
bringing- that was
policy?
bringing me
Are
to
you
my
going to
question.
save? Are you going to spend it all? What are you going to do?
So that was bringing me to a question. The same way this government, well, our government has a policy, or the banks have policies. What's like a basic, straightforward 1, 2, 3 policy to adopt as a private individual who might just, something simple. Yeah.
First thing my boy I say, pay yourself first.
Right.
Set aside the 30. If you could, make 30% great. If you can't, 20%. So if you have $1 to save, or you're earning $1, try and save 30 cents.
All
Try
right.
and save
You
20
say
cents.
you say
Try and-
30% is
to
your.
try if you can, but again,
Vicky, you listening to this part?
Yes.
if you
Okay. Talking about
if you
attitude.
have $1, try the first thing. So here's the opposite. Here's what people do. You know what? They're paying everybody else first. They're paying the avenue first. They're paying the internet first. They're paying this one. They get rich, you know. One man spending is another man income. That's another man richer, right? So you had to pay yourself. You're right. You had to set aside something for yourself. So your future self going to say, cool, boy, look back and say, hey, boy, give thanks.
So it's really important.
The first thing you had to do is pay yourself. Set aside something that, and then take care of everything else after that.
You see, that's some hard black boys.
You doing that?
Trying to talk to, like, are serious about it, like black little boys. They head hard.
Mister.
Well, it may not just be black boys. It's just a young person.
Nah. Blacks, Phil, I'm telling you. Coming from where I come from. Coming from where I come from, I have a serious interest in making sure that younger people from a certain demographic and psychographic
Okay, I follow.
able to reach to certain places in life.
Okay.
And it's not a matter you getting a gold spoon in your mouth. I have never had a gold spoon in my mouth. It's not something that it's something that you just have to grow. And I see with other races, other places, other peoples, they look back. My ethnicity don't look back. We don't look back at all. We reach up and throw the ladder back and be like, oh, thank God I make it. You understand?
That's true.
And we don't ever look around and say it might have a little youth man who
How to come up too.
because that's the future. So looking at how we as a people respond to financial rules, because a lot of communities have rules that they follow. It has nothing to do with your feelings. You could feel to go to a club as much as you want. If you don't have the money, this person is so conditioned, they're not going. You understand? We don't have that as a culture. You know?
But it's interesting you mentioned, well, you having this segment. This month actually is Financial Literacy Month. That's what the Central Bank declared. So it's interesting. I don't know if it was. I don't know if you plan it. If you plan it like that, or if it's ironic. So
no, it's because as a Virgo.
No, so
Is that Virgo?
Yeah, that would just go.
But according to these stats, one in three people is financially literate. Meaning that you have the ability to make smart decisions with your money. You have access to information. 1 in 3 in the globe.
Ouch, you're 2/3.
In the globe, right? In the globe. One person.
That's when Dr. Vicky, my friend, studied that.
Right? One.
Fill the gap. Sorry.
Fill the gap. And for the record, the gap that I'm filling is the gap in financial literacy. Financial education.
Gap with filling the gap.
Use our voice, could you do a commercial for the video?
Yeah, they pay all your fancy corporate clothes on and thing, yeah?
Fill your financial gap, but fill the gap today. 2,500.
All right. You can figure it out.
Yeah, but listen, watch me. People just is not exactly what you described in there. So I'm glad you asked what you 1, 2, 3. You pay yourself first. Once you start saving money, you know what you're saving towards. You manage your debt. You start now setting smart financial goals, and then you can start to invest to create wealth. And when you have a goal, you have to put it down on paper. It can't be in your head. You have to write it down. You have to make sure that you have to know what the goal. Because if the goal really means something to you, you're gonna take time to write it down and say, listen.
How to step.
Well, yeah, at the beginning of 2024, I want to save more money. That's a great goal, but that's not really a smart goal. Smart meaning specific, measurable, attainable, realistic time on a smart goal.
Yes, an acronym,
right? Well, not me. I didn't have it, but I mean,
but use it across.
Yeah, right. So specific. I would like to save $1,000 every month. So by December 31st, 2024, I'll have 12,000. And what this means to me is that it's going to alleviate the stress and the worries I have about money. I'm going to see myself building my finance over time, and that is going to help me feel X by Y by Z about myself. Right? So once you start going down that road, then you know what the goal means to you. Yeah. And then you're going to start to figure out, well, what could stop me from achieving this goal? Could it be my friends? Okay. What actions am I going to take? And that's how you really start setting smart financial goals, putting pen to paper.
So to add to that question, I'm going to flip it all the way around. Somebody in the late 30s, early 40s, starting to worry about where I shit my whole career. I don't have the savings I thought I would have. I don't have the income I thought I would have. Neck deep in debt.
Neck deep.
And I don't see a way out of this mortgage. I don't see a way out of anything. I just go and I don't know what to do. What's the step to start?
It's better than... God,
Now I got this talk.
yeah,
Like,
it's better than starting when you're 50, 55, close to 60 when you have no more paychecks. So you have a certain amount of paychecks. If you start thinking about this when you're 40, it's very different than thinking about it when you're 50, 55 and you don't have any more paychecks.
Aggressive.
So it's never too late. I mean, of course, yes, you reach the 60, that's not the time. But 40, hopefully, you're not earning the same salary that you were earning when you're 20. Hopefully, your earning potential is a little more.
Yeah.
So it means now that you could be more aggressive with your savings. So you have a little more money to put aside. You certainly want to talk to a financial professional because what people don't know is they don't see the whole picture. You're not seeing, when I say whole picture, say all these fancy words, your net worth and whatever. So, who dabbing up there? Yeah.
Gunshot.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, so you have to get a big picture where you are, what your financial story is, what your personal balance sheet look like, what your personal income statement look like, and then you know where you have to go.
Right.
Once you figure out, okay, so this is my balance sheet, this is my income statement, this is where I'm trying to get to, this is how I want to get there. You have to see it big picture. It can't be well good and I have debt and I don't have savings. You just have to start with the basics.
Scarcity.
And take your time step by step to get to where you want to get to. So it's not a case of it's always going to feel the money, the feelings about money is an emotional thing.
Yeah.
It linked to what you think you could do for yourself, for your loved ones, for other people, what the hopes, the dreams you have.
Not right.
And you feel as though, well, boy, you keep putting it off.
Yeah.
When I get more money, I'll start to save. When I get more money, I'll invest. So let's, maybe I could start next year or I have plenty of time.
For the people who are not there in the financial journey yet, which is the vast majority of us.
When you say not there,
they have a picture in their mind.
Yeah, start today. It doesn't matter. But if you're listening now, if you're not there, right?
Yeah.
And you're listening today, you have to start.
I want to tell something that you pointed out earlier on in the podcast, right? It was about you having the same vehicle since 2007,
yeah. January.
That's what you see me in your life.
Yeah.
There was this is my personal testimony here, right? There was a time where I used to have to be basically gigoloing for women to buy food for me, right?
It's called cock tax.
Cock tax. That was when I was a young fella, like 18, 19, 20, 21, going through the pieces, right? Of course, guidance was a thing. Anyway, the point I'm making is that when you reach to a certain level and you're able to afford the things you thought you wanted and you acquire them,
it doesn't really work.
They don't really mean much. You know what's actually mean the most here? People who you consider.
Peace of mind.
We rock it together.
People who you consider is the most important. And people, your animals, your friends, your family.
Your lamp.
My love, a lamp before long and break. You know, those things become the most important thing. And that's why I consider where your quality of life does go up, your desire to spend money does go down.
Exactly.
You know, so it's a lot to take in.
The people who busy, again, and I'll say this, I'm careful when I say this. As I say, they have people who they have money, right?
Yeah, they have it like that.
But it's but there are lots of people busy trying to show people what they have, and those people are not wealthy.
Yeah.
The people, you might be surprised. You might be surprised to see the person who's just driving who just driving normal and moving normal. They have nothing to prove to anybody.
They don't have.
But guess what?
But
They're not wanting for anything. Any emergency,
they can jump out.
If they need to help somebody, right? They want to give to charity. They probably are, right?
Yeah.
You would be surprised.
You would never know.
I'm as I said, I'm careful with that statement because there's nothing wrong with wanting nice things. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. And there's nothing wrong with having nice things. Right? You like what you like. I'm not telling anybody to buy.
You don't want to look like no bum out here too.
Right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't tell anybody,
Don't live
hold your vehicle for X amount. That's a personal decision. Just make it make sense. But what I'll tell you, don't buy a $200,000 car when you could only afford $100,000 car.
Makes sense.
Don't buy a $300 or $400,000 or $500,000 car
stunt in Fifth
because
Street?
I mean.
I had to stunt in the Fifth Street, bro.
Well, I mean, again, you like where like,
No
but
money,
but just
no
understand
money.
they have consequences for that, right?
No money,
they have
no
consequences
money.
for
Yeah.
that.
More back pay from,
yeah.
more back pay from a soldier. National security.
So,
Sorry.
you know, it's not, as I say, think about what the entire cost is going to be. As I say, a $250,000 car, $300,000 car, you're racking up a $500,000, close to $500,000.
Yeah.
And then when you really think about it, well, you're renting.
The insurance and a car.
After you finish pay for a car. After you finish pay for a car.
Okay,
When all the money that you spend. No, I'm not telling you, look at the car. I'm telling you, get something that you could afford. Everything, wherever you're renting, whatever house you're going to buy. Don't
rent versus owning. Rent versus owning.
Again, sometimes. So you might have to start off renting, but your objective is to try and own something eventually because you might want to pass it down to your kids, give them a head start. So you want to, when you're paying, and so there are instances where renting actually makes absolute sense. It's better to be renting than
So is it
paying
dead
a
money?
month. No, it's not dead money if you're working towards no, renting is not dead money. Again,
Thank
let
you.
me be. Renting is not if you are renting at the if you're in a situation where your rent is actually, because I know people like that, the rent is quite affordable.
Sorry to cut you off. So I have a guest in the dog hotel downstairs there, right?
Okay.
His name is Chico. He has a lot to say.
Okay.
All right. He gonna be part of the podcast because I go down and talk to him through the window. He's a aged dog, 7 years.
Right.
And when certain times come, he's need company.
Did you
fall asleep.
Did you feed him?
Yeah,
One thing he don't play with is his dog.
But so Chico is a little German Shepherd Pompek mix up thing, but he's old and he's here on vacation, so.
That the one deal with Chico?
No, you gotta deal with him right here.
Okay. Oh, right here. Oh. Chico.
Come.
I like that.
Come.
I can't even whistle.
We could try that. All you have to do is put your lips together.
Yeah, so that was Chico.
I think I really talk about.
He's a character and a half an animal. Anyways, so you continue on your trajectory.
Yeah. Where was I?
Okay, we're still on
Renting is so I know a couple of people, so the rent is quite affordable.
Very.
And they have the ability to save and invest and do things and work towards what they're working towards. Some people might say, well, boy, I'm gonna stay home with my parents because that's an environment I could deal with and I could save more money. It just depends on your situation. But the important thing is you know what you're working towards. I don't think renting again, it depends on what the cost of the rent is, but I don't think you want to try to be renting for your entire life and not owning an asset, right? It's not. I don't think that's what you want to do.
We're talking about in the climate of Trinidad, we're talking about.
Anywhere in the world, like you don't want to. I don't think the objective would be just to rent for your entire life.
That's crazy. Unless
Right?
you have some kind of strategic business plan.
There are wealthy people who they could afford to
They
do
could
that.
just spend
They
money,
can.
yeah,
If you can, they have wealth. So they probably already have assets already. So they could afford to rent. You want to live somewhere that you just they pay.
Yeah.
You might be living in a hotel. There are people who live
That
in a
will-
hotel. There are people who live in very.
I know one or two.
There are people
levels
who
to this.
live, so it just depends. Or I would say, you know what you're working towards, and just I guess work within your budget, right? Everything. Work within your budget for your life.
So as usually end this podcast with final words, right? I want to do something a little different. I want you to tell the person who you're gonna be tomorrow what you're gonna do with your money.
Go and call, fill the gap for him to try to help me.
All right.
Yeah,
And he just have to save. Like, for real, I really does manage money bad.
Okay.
My mom just tell me that all the time.
And how you gonna put that in place? You're just gonna start.
I'm going to talk to Phil the guy.
For this man.
A friend was telling me I should start to save all my ones and all my fives.
Oh.
What y'all the ones for? Anyway.
No, like,
Okay.
Which
That's
part?
what I wanted to hear. Anyway.
Intro to that. Yeah.
check your money, maker.
You front
Like
really
so?
bad.
Right. So you know where's your plan?
Yes.
Consider if you take one thing from this podcast, just know from today you're gonna be richer.
Amen. I invoke
Right?
that.
Well, wealthier
I
because it's about wealth.
accept that.
Positive affirmation.
Everybody follow, fill the gap.
Nice.
I like that.
And
plug,
he
I like that plug.
and me, Vicky C.
You see stands
What
for...
is Vicky C?
I don't know. Constantine is my last name.
Who Constantine?
I tell my mom I really got to change my name to Vicky.
Oh.
You should.
Everybody's calling me.
No,
like
tell
this
them
too.
offhand.
It's how I ring to it to match your personality. We'll talk about it after, right? Phil, final words. We have to tell the people, just be save, invest, be cheap. Good.
No. Nah, you have what it takes to take control of your personal finances, right? And just not, so don't wing it. Your financial journey is something that you want to have, peace of mind. And your financial health is going to play into your mental health. So you have what it takes to do it. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
Come on,
Stay in your
touch now. Like when you talk. All you hear that?
Stay in your lane. Those
Stop seeing things all you cannot afford and
Like
want
Vicky.
to it.
Like Vicky. So yes, my final words is, how is your genetic? Because I think my penis, the genes might be recessive now. So I'm a child if it's a son to end up with a big penis. So your father was well endowed, or
I don't really
find out that
know.
and then we can
You're
figure
trying
out
to
if you want
scam
to
me
do
for
this.
life.
That is your final words, dog.
Yeah, just remember, good penis genetics means your son will have a good future. Because if you have small dick energy, your son, he's going to be effed. He's
And
gonna
if
be
your
spending
man
his
have
money
a
on
small
Spanish
dick,
kids.
make sure he have nice teeth, so at least your son will have a nice
She's not
smile.
talking about me, by the way. I don't know. He does.
All right, cool. Do good every time. Good will follow. As usual, we out.